only things working here is Obamacare, it looks like. And I think really here we're entering a completely new stage of the debate, because up until now we've been talking about what could happen, what might happen, what are some of the consequences of the law, how will certain people react. But here you have, for the first time, uninsured people going to healthcare.gov or calling the hotline or visiting a local community center and really finding out about the options they have.
Right.
And I think what's going to happen, either because people are really curious about Obamacare, they've been hearing about it all over TV and everywhere else, or they're uninsured and they want to find coverage, but they'll log on to that website, they'll look at the options, and it will really become a deeply personal choice. I think they'll tune out all the rhetoric from D.C., and it will be as if they're purchasing any other government service, any other consumer good. It will be about the type of plan, the price, the subsidies, what works best for their family. So, in the early days here, we're going to have some glitches, as with anything this big. When Google email first started, you had the test phase. You had to be invited because they wanted to work out all the problems. Here, the government's trying to do it all at once, and it's going to be tough. It's particularly in an environment where Republicans have been placing hurdles every single step of the way. So the good news is there's 6 months for open enrollment between today and March 31st to get covered. And the hope is that by the end of the first year, you're going to have 7 million new uninsured people.
So it starts today, actually, at 8 a.m. Eastern. That's 45 minutes from now. As Igor said, it's healthcare.gov. That's the one site to go for every. And I've checked it out. You get a map of the United States. You click on your state, and it'll tell you exactly what plans are available, what kind of coverage you get under each plan, how much it will cost, and then you can put in your income, how much you make a year, and it will tell you whether or not you qualify for a government subsidy and how much subsidy you would get, and you subtract that from the cost of the insurance, and then you've got how much. And in many cases, you'll be able to get health insurance even though you don't get it at your workplace and you've never been able to afford it before. You'll be able to get health insurance for around $100 a month. I mean, that's not a guarantee, but that's the range. For the lower, you can pay more. I understand that there's a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum plans, and you have different choices under each plan.
Yeah, and the difference is the lowest level, the bronze plan, covers about 60% of your average costs, all the way up to the platinum plan, which covers about 90%. And
right.
so that's a decision someone's going to have to make. Do I pay less in premiums? Do I pay more in out-of-pocket spending when I actually use the care? They're going to have options.
And the goal is to get 7 million people. But, the difficulty is, as you pointed out, Igor, that with all the rhetoric we've heard, all the lies about Obamacare, a lot of people are suspicious about it or ignorant of it. And then on top of that, you've got the Koch brothers who are out there with a paid advertising campaign trying to convince young people not to sign up, right? But there's something evil about signing up. I mean, you're crazy to leave yourself vulnerable without health insurance these days. Then your only solution is to run to the emergency room.
Yeah, that's really, that's really some tough to swallow advertisement, not just because the ads themselves are kind of creepy and rapey and very strange, but the law gives young people the best deals. First of all, most of them are going to be eligible for subsidies. They're the age bracket that's most eligible because they have lower incomes on average. And the other part is they're going to have the option of buying a catastrophic plan. Anyone under the age of 30 can buy this kind of, not a bare bones plan, but certainly something that's less comprehensive than the bronze policy that we discussed. And if they feel like they're in such good health and they're going to remain healthy, then that's an option for them, as long as they're covered, as long as they have some kind of base. And, this all goes back to what Mitt Romney used to say in 2006, what the Heritage Foundation said in 1989 when they invented this idea of the individual mandate is you have to take personal responsibility for your health care costs if you can afford it. Buy the insurance so that when you get sick, and we don't know when any of us are going to get sick, but when you do, you have a hand in paying for those costs. You don't pass it on to everybody else.